Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where entertainment is what I do. Yes, I am repping for my squad who spanked ass today. Showed some defensive spunk. Folks was saying, "Oh, Chiefs defense is blah blah this and blah blah that." But guess what? The good teams elevate their game around this time of year. So I'm gonna leave it at that. What I wanted to talk to you about, some Black Panther stuff. I just had a oh snap moment. But before I share that oh snap moment with you, I need y'all to do what you always do for me. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you digging, that's a shoveling motion. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share the page. Okay? Ready? Let's go. Ryan Coogler, courtesy of you folks at Collider, Ryan Coogler reveals the original Black Panther 2 story. This should be interesting. Here we go, Mike. Let's talk about it. All right. It's pretty safe to say that Black Panther Wakanda Forever is one of the Marvel titles that veers away the most from the studio's standard way of storytelling. We all know there is a reason for that. Chadwick Boseman's death forced the studio to reshape the story and forget the Marvel Cinematic Universe for a minute. However, in an interview to New York Times, the movie's director and screenwriter Ryan Coogler revealed that the original version of the script already featured the elements that would make it wildly different from the rest of the Marvel movies. In the interview, Coogler broke down how first Chadwick Boseman led Black Panther 2 already introduced Toussaint, T'Challa, and Nakia's son in the story. However, the kids' reveal originally came in the very beginning of the movie. In Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Toussaint is only shown in the end credits scene of the sequel. The idea, according to Coogler, was to show how T'Challa had missed the first 5 years of his son's life because he was blipped into dust by Thanos. The filmmaker broke the whole story down. It was absolutely nothing like what we made. It was going to be a father-son story from the perspective of a father, because the first movie had been a father-son story from the perspective of the sons. In the script, T'Challa was a dad who'd had this forced 5-year absence from his son's life because of the blip. The first scene was an animated sequence. You hear Nakia talking to Toussaint. She says, "Tell me what you know about your father." You realize that he doesn't know his dad was the Black Panther. He's never met him, and Nakia is remarried to a Haitian dude. Okay. Then we cut to reality, and it's the night everybody comes back from the blip. You see T'Challa meet the kid for the first time. Then it cuts ahead 3 years, and T'Challa is essentially co-parenting. T'Challa is the king of Wakanda is co-parenting. Got it. We had some crazy scenes in there for Chad, man. Our code name for the movie was Summer Break, and the movie was about a summer that the kid spends with his dad. For his 8th birthday, they do a ritual where they go out in the bush and have to live off the land, but something happens, and T'Challa has to go save the world with his son on his hip. That was the movie. With T'Challa's death or not, it feels like both versions of Black Panther 2 are intimate stories about loss. In the first version, T'Challa does what he can because he knows he'll never get those 5 years back with his son. In the new version, Wakandans have to come to terms with the fact that their leader is gone, and Shuri has to make do with the situation she's been given. Okay. So the original story, according to Ryan Coogler in this interview, was about fathers and sons. So we're essentially saying the death of Chadwick Boseman is what made Ryan Coogler turn Black Panther Wakanda 2 from a father-son story to a female empowerment story. Father-son story. Black female empowerment. Those two are not the same. They are not remotely the same. So you're telling me grief and loss made you go, I'm finna. Well, first he said he was about to quit. He wasn't going to do it at all. He was going to leave making movies. But you go from a father-son story, a father-son story. Why could that movie have not been a father-son story? Because I don't see any other actor playing T'Challa. I don't think any other Black actor on the face of the earth can play T'Challa. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but those are Ryan Coogler's sentiments. Those are Nate Moore's sentiments. As I've said before, that's an insult to every Black actor on the face of the earth. Okay? So, your emotions created an entirely different narrative. Your emotions created an entirely different idea in minutes. There's too much. It's just like I said, there's too much back and forth. There's too much double dealing. There's too much, oh, I thought this, but I meant that. Just say you didn't have no idea what you was going to do. You didn't have no idea what you were doing while you were doing it. You just threw some shit on the wall and hope it stuck. And used emotion or tugging at emotional heartstrings as the glue. Listening to what was said in this article, there is no earthly reason, none, why that same story about fathers and sons couldn't have been enacted, couldn't have been executed. There's no reason. So I really, and this is me talking, and y'all can say what y'all want to say after. I really hope and pray if there is a Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, or Black Panther 3, or Black Panther, The Adventures of Tucson, or whatever the hell it is, I sincerely hope Marvel does not put Ryan Coogler in charge of that project. That emotion. We don't need emotion. We need good storytelling. We need congruent storytelling. We need some of the events of Black Panther and the two Avengers movies to line up with the sequel, not go off the rails and give us something that nobody on earth asked for because you, Ryan Coogler, were in your fields. That's the long and short of it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is not the movie anybody asked for, and now we're playing propaganda brain games to convince everyone that this is the movie that they asked for. movie struggling to crack the $800 million mark. I could be wrong, but at this particular moment, it has not broke 800 million. Barely, barely. As we speak, worldwide gross is 791,852,924. The U.S. gross of that, 423,655,401. Where was y'all at with just going to see the movie 4 and 5 times? It should have been $1 billion, right? So roughly, you're gonna fall about 200 million shy, and 800 million or somewhere thereabouts is what's needed to break even. Could this movie not breaking even have to do with the fact that it went off the rails story wise? That, as it said in that article, we were presented with something we've never ever seen in a Marvel movie before. I wouldn't say we were presented with something that we've never ever seen in a Marvel movie before, because we've seen bad writing in a Marvel movie before. We've seen half-baked ideas and concepts in a Marvel movie before. So maybe that's just Collider trying to be nice. I don't know. But yeah, we've had this crap go on with a Marvel movie before. And there's a lot of the reason that a lot of true Marvel fans, not the casuals, not the moviegoers, the Marvel fans that you have alienated and continue to alienate are saying they ain't having nothing to do with anything Marvel does cinematically ever again. Was it worth it? Financially, it don't look like it was worth it. Was it worth it to make that sacrifice play and lose all of the fans you lost, but still do the movie that you wanted to do? Hope there's a lesson to be learned in this, because as much as the propaganda machine wants to tell us, as much as folks who are wishing well, and much as folks who have been paid to say shit have said that this movie is a success, yo, flat out, it's not. Not like the first one was. Not like Spider-Man No Way Home. So I believe y'all should go back to the drawing board and rethink what you did. And hopefully you don't do it again. And hopefully you win some of your fans back who have just been like middle finger to Marvel Studios and Disney. Just saying. A lot of people I know ain't fooling with them no more. I rock with the comics, but yeah, movies, they have soured me tremendously. And like I said, I hope that a lesson has been learned. But I guess when it comes to multi-million-dollar companies, the only lesson is make money and screw everybody. Well, I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.